Okay, this is back to East Fork in Kentwood. As you can see, we are looking at, once again, a lot of damage. And, John and Rob, if you want to, come in, I mean, things are just strewn all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, and what's interesting too is, with straight line winds, oftentimes I guess you get a lot of damage.
All right, so yeah, we're taking a look here at this. John was just talking about the straight line winds. Bruce, compared to what you see with tornado damage, typically those straight line winds, the damage is all facing one way, right? Those trees go down in one direction.
This is where you get stuff wrapped around telephone poles and wrapped around wires, and you can almost see a twist of damage almost in that, where straight line is almost like a bulldozer. It just comes in, straight line, takes everything out. But when you start seeing kind of rounded areas where, here you can see where that tree is standing, that right-hand side of the tree did not fall, the left did. So that is likely the rotation of some of those winds.
And Bruce, I was taught, in the past from several other meteorologists that when you look at those trees and you see them facing, like just like you said, down in one direction, and if you see another tree down facing in another direction, then that likely isn't straight line winds.
Absolutely.
Obviously, a lot of assessment still needs to happen before you can actually tell, the strength of this tornado, but this confirmed tornado damage really paints a picture of the reason why we had been warning everybody for so long this week.
Right. I mean, this has been a well-advertised outbreak, and again, we just don't throw it out there willy-nilly. I mean, when the Storm Prediction Center comes with a level 4 and 5 this far south, and we've said how rare it is, this is the reason why. And you may be saying, well, I live in New Orleans, it's not a big deal. Metairie, well, it could happen to you. I live in Metairie, it could happen to me. So once again, it could be a major issue. So we're going to go back now to Rob Masson. He's got another interview from the damaged area. Rob?
Hey guys, yeah, we're in the community of East Fork, just side of Kentwood. You can see a lot of the damage behind us. People still in shock, assessing the damage. I'm joined now by Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff Gerald Sticker. Gerald, you've been out and about. How extensive is this?
It's bad. We have a lot of residents are damaged. We're still in the process working with parish crews, DOTD, fire departments, just to clear the roadways. Power companies are out making sure all these power lines are dead. We have a lot of down lines, so everybody's out of electricity, and it's a very rural area, so these houses are spread out. So what we're doing right now, as we're clearing roadways, we're just going house by house just to make sure everybody's okay. As it stands right here at this time, no injuries to speak of, which we're very grateful for, but we do have several residences that are going to be damaged, and obviously we're going to be here for a little while.
What's your best guess for the number of structures that have suffered some damage?
I couldn't even begin to tell you that. Dozens.
Joe, the path of destruction, we kind of can see it coming from the southwest going to the northeast. Can you tell about how long the path is from your driving around so far?
Yeah, look, we're down the road. We're staged actually at Kentwood Fire Department. That's where our operations center is set up out of, and it's going to go for several miles. Obviously, I don't know because I'm just standing right here in the middle of it, and all we're dealing with right now is just what's in front of our face, and so I don't really have the scope of things, but we're just working from the center of this incident out to just to make sure that we get everybody safe by the end of this day.
All right, a tremendous relief that there were no injuries that we could tell so far. Gerald Sticker, Sheriff of Tangipahoa Parish, thank you so much for joining us. Glad you're okay. And as you just look around here in the East Fork community, we were just talking to some people in this area about some of the damage to these structures. You could just see that there's a lot of metal buildings that are down. There are some homes that are damaged. A lot of people shaken up, obviously, by the intensity of this storm that sort of passed through this area just east of Kentwood from the southwest to the northeast. But you can definitely see a trail of damage through the trees, broken trees, metal wrapped around some of the trees that are still standing, a lot of power lines down as people just assess the damage to their homes and are relieved that there weren't any injuries that are reported. I'm also joined now by Tangipahoa Parish President Robbie Miller. And Robbie, if you don't mind, what is your best guess for the number of structures that have been damaged so far?
Had a few different reports, including Dawson Primes, our emergency manager, right around, and then one of a former sheriff's deputy, local resident who lives up here. They're saying the 20 plus. But again, I think the biggest thing I think has been updated multiple times is no injuries. Everyone's accounted for at this point. So we're in that sense, our community is very blessed. Look, this community pulls together. That's community members going to look for each other and checking out for each other. That's what happens whenever these things happen. We all come out and make sure everybody's okay. Obviously, some people are shaken up. Some of them have lost pretty much everything they have all in a few minutes. So it's still quite the traumatic event going on.
Robbie, we were tracking some areas of rotation around La Ranger. Have you heard any reports of any damage in that
So
area?
far, we have not been updated about anything there. So hopefully those reports were in either in nobody's home areas, just some out in the rural area. But we have not been updated on that. So let's just hope and pray that that's the way it is.
Very good. Tangipahoa Parish President Robbie Miller, thank you very much for joining us. They continue to do their emergency response out here. Let's go back to Bruce Katz with more and.